Welcome to Dr. Kalmari Shamarao Junior College, subject Political Science, and the topic which we are going to discuss is globalization. At first, we will discuss what is globalization. So, globalization means more interconnectedness. So, when we say globalization, it has many aspects, that is, it may be political, social, and economic. And the idea of globalization have emerged mostly after the 1990s. So we can say that globalization is the concept which means interconnectedness and which means more broad in connecting the nations in the aspect of political, social and economic. Next important thing which is relatable to globalization is technology, and we all know that technology is something which have led to globalization. The nature of global communication changed rapidly in the 1990s. Social networking sites such as Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp have created a global connection, the emergence of global cosmopolitan culture. So these are the things that the social networking sites have played an important role in spreading globalization and spreading the different ideas and values worldwide. Today, with the help of technology, people can connect from one part of the world to other. And the next thing which is discussed is about the global cosmopolitan culture. So now here we are referring to the Western domination on the global cosmopolitan culture. We can see the domination of Western culture on all the cultures of the world, and people are highly attracted towards the Western culture. The next important thing which we will discuss is about economic issues, that is economic globalization, free flow of finance capital, then trade and rise of transnational companies. These three are the important aspects which we will discuss. For globalization, the free flow of finance capital is very important, that is investment one country over another. Investment becomes a very important role in the concept of globalization because only then countries can make relation with the other. Then secondly, trade. So trade, we know the import export, the trademarks, copyrights, patents, all this includes the trade relations between two countries. And then the rise of transnational companies. We all know that after the 1990s there has been enormous growth of multinational and transnational companies which have led to operate outside the nation, and that way increasing the interconnectivity. Rise of transnational companies have led to other development which we can say that is increase in the labor market and recruiting the skilled and semi-skilled employee for working in the company. As a result, there is a vast migration from one place to another. So we all know that due to rise of transnational companies, people's migration have increased from one country to another, since these companies recruit skilled and semi-skilled employees, and therefore there is a high increase in the labor market. Secondly, important thing in the economic globalization is that the big industries sometimes pose a challenge to the small scale industries due to high competition. We know that there is a large competition in the market between the small scale industries and the large scale industries, but still we see that the small shops and groceries can attract even today high clientele because of low price rates, because of good quality, and people generally get attracted to these small scale industries, though the big industries pose a threat or challenge to their existence in this competitive world of globalization. Next, we will discuss about political issues, that is political globalization. The topics which we will discuss in political globalization is the importance of democracy, the non-state actors, the human rights, and the position of the states. So now when we say importance of democracy, we mean the value of democracy. We know that the idea of democracy is not confined to one country. It is practiced by almost most of the countries as a form of government, since it is accepted as the best form of governance. Secondly, non-state actors. Now when we say non-state actors, it may refer to the NGOs, it may refer to the pressure groups, the other organizations which come up for citizens' upliftment and development. Human rights. One of the most important concepts which have created awareness in the era of globalization is the concept of human rights. With time, we have seen that there had been a lot of violations of human rights, whether it may be women's, child, any gender issues. The human rights organizations have come forward to work for these rights. Next is the position of the state. So when we say position of the state, we mean underdeveloped, developed and developing. So we can say the developed countries are more in an economic stable position than the underdeveloped country, or more politically stable than the underdeveloped country. In this way, political issues have played an important role in the study of globalization. The internal challenges like ethnic nationalism, challenges by the non-state actors, humanitarian issues have the central place. Now, after 1990s, these issues, that is ethnic nationalism, ethnic identity conflict, then challenges by non-state actors, humanitarian issues which includes poverty, unemployment, violations of women's rights, all these issues have started gaining importance. More awareness among the people have started after the 1990s, and that have led and important political issues in the era of globalization. Today, international relations is not only limited between states, but the emergence of NGOs have given importance to the rise of humanitarian issues. Greenpeace movement, Amnesty International are examples of these kind of organizations. So there are some organizations such as the Amnesty International, the Greenpeace movement. These are human rights organizations which work for the protection of human rights. So with time we have seen that in the globalization era, these have become very active agents to promote human rights and to protect the human rights. The third world countries claim that economic development has to precede for full flowering of political and civil rights. We know that the backbone of all kinds of development is economic development. Economic development is only possible when there is less violations of civil rights and political rights of the citizen. Therefore, these human rights agencies work for the promoting and flowering of political and civil rights. Next important topic which we will discuss in the globalization is ideology, that is ideological issue. So let us know what is ideology. Basically it's a set of beliefs and faiths of ideas. So during that period the countries used to be classified as socialist and communist countries. So before the Cold War, the world was divided into two parts. We know that the socialist countries and the communist countries. And the economic system also depended on the ideology of the country. For example, socialist ideology where the public sector was more important, and in the communist countries they combined the ideologies of socialism and capitalism. So overall we can say the economic system was morely dependent on the ideology. The ideology of the country determined the economic system. Next important thing which we will discuss in globalization is the Arab Spring movement. Now what is this Arab Spring movement? It is also known as the Facebook Revolution, which took place in the year 2010. The Arab Spring was a series of anti-government protest uprisings that spread across much of the Arab in 2010. So basically it spread around the Arab countries in 2010, where the government had banned the internet services, shutting down on specific sites such as Facebook. So in the year 2010, the government of Arab had banned down this internet services and some specific social networking sites such as the Facebook, and therefore the people had started protesting against the government, and this movement came to be known as the Arab Spring movement. Social and cultural issues. Now from economic, political and ideological we move to another important issue, that is social and cultural issues and how it is interconnected with globalization. The global revolution and access to internet had made people aware of what is happening worldwide. There is a great deal of Western domination on the global cosmopolitan culture. Not only economic and political values, we have also intersharing of social and cultural values. So the values like westernization, secularization are considered as more important than traditional values. And also some examples are given such as the celebration of Friendship Day, Mother's Day, which are Western culture, which has been inherited by nations all over the world. And also we can see there is intermingling of culture. For example, if Indian festivals are also celebrated in the Western countries, and we are on the other hand also acquiring the Western cultures. In this way, social and cultural issues have an important role to play in the concept of globalization. The positive aspects of global culture. So since we are discussing about globalization, here social and economic culture plays an important role, and therefore it has aspect. Now what positive aspects global culture brings is that it has led to the increase of employment opportunities for the youth and the growth of multinational companies. Now more growth of multinational and transnational companies means more growth for the youth. As after 1990s there were growth of public sector. So when we say growth of public sector, there had been more establishment of transnational and multinational companies, giving in result more employment opportunities to the youth. That's all we have to discuss about globalization.